moving along, the WAFCON is starting very, very soon. I know a lot of people are not talking about it. WAFCON starts on Sunday, and our own Super Eagles, our own Super Falcons will be there. They have been paired with, let me check the list. They have been paired in Group C. They have Egypt, Malawi, Nigeria, and Zambia in that particular group. We all know exactly what happened after the last tournament. Because Morocco did not win the Men's Nations Cup, they decided to delay, drag, and just that. Finally, the competition is starting up this weekend. I will start with Temiloluwa. Do you think this is the year that Morocco gets to win it? Because I mean, the last 3 edition has been hosted by Morocco, and Morocco seems, to be bailing out Africa. This will be the 4th, tournament they are going to host in a row. They hosted the last 2 WAFCON, hosted the last AFCON for the male. Now they are hosting it again. And the last 2 times that they hosted the WAFCON, they got to the finals. They were beaten by South Africa. Then they were beaten by Nigeria. Do you think this is the time for them to be able to win the competition? And they appeared in the same group with Algeria, Kenya, Morocco, and Senegal.
Well, it's becoming glaring now that Morocco wants to stamp their authority on African football. They want to stamp their how will I put it? They want to stamp their position in African football. They want to just get a hold of it. That's why they are hosting these competitions with hope that they can win it. You understand? But when you look at it, it has not ended well. You understand? Getting to the final is not equivalent to winning it.
True.
You understand? So getting to the final, so they've gotten to 3 finals and they've lost. And as far as my own Super Falcons are there, Morocco cannot win. You understand? Unless if our Super Falcons didn't participate, that's when you can say Morocco will win. But as long as our Super Falcons are there, our girls are there, like the juggernauts of the competitions are there, I do not see Morocco winning it. They can try, you understand? But it's very, very interesting to know that in Africa here, Morocco can host series of competitions. You understand? And no other African country is outbidding them to this. I think this is something that we need to this is something that we as Africans need to look into. You understand? How come no other country is outbidding Morocco in these competitions? How come Senegal are not outbidding them? Nobody from East Africa, nobody from West Africa, nobody from the southern part of Africa. Morocco has been hosting. And there is also something about hosting that we saw in the last World Cup, that we saw in the last AFCON, you understand, about the host nation. You understand? They seem to be a twitch, you understand? They seem to be a twitch in the favor of the host nation. You understand? They seem to be twitch in the favor of host nation. So Morocco hosting it is something to think about, something to ponder on. You understand? But then our Super Falcons are there, you understand, and the Bafana ladies too are there. I think South Africa also
Yes,
they are doing their bit, you
they
understand.
also
They are
represented.
ladies that are doing their bit. They are trying, you understand. They are actually trying. If I have to be completely honest with you, they are trying. At least they are coming up. But then when you have a country like Nigeria in that competition, our women, you understand, are even outperforming the men, which is very, 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 very disturbing. You understand? We pay so much attention to the men, we hype up the men, we psych up the men. You understand? We say they are playing in the biggest leagues in the whole wide world. You get? But when it comes to representing Nigeria, the women that are not even spoken about are putting us out there. They are putting us on the map. You understand? And it's very, very, very disturbing that they are not even hyping the women that are putting us on the map. You
That's true.
understand? It's very, very disturbing. We should be hyping them, leave the men alone. We've been hyping the men for how many years now? You understand? I think the women have even gotten to final safe. They've gotten to, I think, the World Cup final some years ago, many years
No, no,
ago. I think
they
when they
got
met
to
Germany.
they got to quarterfinals. That has been their best appearance. However, on the local scene, they've won 10 titles, 7 more than our own male national team. Our own male national team has only 3
Okay, let's
African titles to their name.
okay, they've gotten to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Our men have not gotten there. They don't know how it looks like.
True.
The men have not gotten there. They don't know how it looks like. They don't know how the grass looks like. But our women, we explain how the grass looks like there. You understand? So I don't know why we are not hyping our women. I don't know why. You understand? But Morocco hosting the competition, I think we should expect everything we should expect. You understand? So I think we understand that aspect when we watch the last AFCON that was hosted. So we should expect everything that we should expect. We should expect everything to play and play for. You understand? So that's just that on that. But for the competition, since Nigeria is there, it's a stand out. we are bringing it home again. At least you've seen our jersey now. We saw jersey, the way they arrange the stars on the crest in the middle. You understand? To show you that it is not fluke. We didn't win it once. It's not fluke. You understand? They design. I think I'm going to try to get one of the jerseys. They designed it there. The crest is there.
I mean,
you
the 10
understand?
stars cannot stay
But for
on
Morocco
the
hosting
logo
it,
here, obviously. The 10 stars cannot stay on the logo here, so I mean they have to find somewhere else to put the stars. They can't put it on the chest area here. It's way much. It's about 10. They have to put it somewhere else.
don't worry, we will start arranging it on the shoulders. It will become a military something. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Collins. If you look at the team list, Nadoze is making a return. Rachel Unachukwu is also there. Tochukwu Olueyi, who has been a legend for the Super Eagles, for the Super Falcons, is also there. The defenders, we have Osinachi Ohale, Shukurat Ladipo, Michel Aloze, Plum 3, Sikiratu Isa, Oluwatosin Dimeyin, Miracle Sani. The midfield, we have Ajibade, Alimatu, Abiodun, Echegini, Tony Payne, Christy Uchebe, while in the attack, the ever-present Asato Shuola, Odega, who is not holding one bit, Iezo, Onumonu, Okoronkwo, Babajide, Jamilusi, and Chioma Okafor. It seems like the bulk of the players that we have here are the same players that won the Mission X, as they called it the last time. Maybe this is Mission 11. Do you think we have what it takes to win this particular tournament, Collins?
Yes. We our squad depth is really good. Really good. I don't think any other team in Africa has the kind of squad depth that we have. You understand? Why you were mentioning players, I think you failed to mention my star player Esther Okoronkwo. But I'll forgive you for that. I don't even think you mentioned Jennifer. Did you mention Jennifer?
Jennifer Echegini is there, but Esther Okoronkwo is missing on the list. Esther Okoronkwo is not there. I don't think she made the list. I think she's injured or something.
I saw her in camp. I saw the video. I saw her and Mikel.
Maybe the list I have here is not complete, but the list I have here does not contain Esther Okoronkwo. I have Chioma Okafor here.
How about Gift Monday?
Gift Monday is not there too. I don't have Gift Monday here. There's no Gift Monday here. Maybe it was part of the training camp, and they when they opened the camp, they had about 40 players. There is this particular lady, I can't remember her name now. She plays for Edo Queen. A whole lot of guys on Twitter, they've been raving about her because she's very pretty and so I can't remember her name now. She was part of the camp, but now she's not on the list that I have here.
Okay. Like I was saying, even at that, we still have we have the best squad depth in the entire women's country. You understand? So I think our squad depth is enough to get us through the tournament. You understand? Because for this kind of tournament, you need a very deep squad. If your squad is not deep and God forbid injury happen or a place where you need to substitute certain players, you understand, you need the squad depth. Now, speaking of other team squad, I'm scared of certain players from other teams. Like Zambia have Barbara Banda, and Barbara Banda is one of the best women's footballer in the world. She plays for Orlando Pride in
Right.
the
Yes.
WCON, and she's really good. She's really good. You understand? And that's for Zambia. And looking at the four teams that played the semi-finals last season. That's Nigeria, Morocco, South Africa, and Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah,
Yes.
right, Ghana. Yes,
Ghana.
Ghana.
Yes.
And these four teams, the same four teams that played last year are the same four teams that will play this year. You understand? Because those are still the best four teams.
But but
Oh,
but 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 hold on. You guys are not considering Senegal. Senegal in the last competition, they were not bad, and there seems to be improvements in Senegal.
instead of me to consider Senegal, I will consider Malawi. Do you know why? I consider
Why?
Malawi. I consider Malawi because of Tabitha Chawinga. In fact, the two Chawinga in Malawi team, they are really good. You understand?
True.
The
That's true.
Tabitha Chawinga got more than 3 golden boots. She currently plays for Lyon Women. Very good. You understand? And because of that, that's why I consider Malawi. If I don't consider Malawi, I'll consider Cameroon. You understand? If I'm not
Hmm.
considering Nigeria, if I'm not considering South Africa, if I'm not considering Zambia, if I'm not considering Ghana, I'm considering Cameroon or Malawi. You understand?
Hmm.
Maybe Senegal. I don't know. I have Senegal impressed me. Maybe Senegal. I don't think there's any much changes from the team that won the last, that played the last AFCON semi-finals to this one. They are still the best four teams in the world right now. So I'm still going with them, and I'm backing Nigeria to win this because Nigeria will win because of our score depth. Our score depth is enough to take us through this tournament.
The last time we saw the last time we saw an upset was about 18, 19 years ago. The edition that Equatorial Guinea hosted. Equatorial Guinea has won this title apart from Nigeria and South Africa. Equatorial Guinea is another team that has won the title and they've won it twice. Don't you think we are going to see an upset in this particular tournament? Because I mean, Malawi, like you said, the striker that plays in France is a very dangerous person. Senegal that I saw in the last competition, and Senegal is doing something that is different. The same thing that they are doing in the male category, they are beginning to do it, with their women. They are beginning to get these ladies very young. They are beginning to encourage people to allow their women, to allow their girls to play football. And we are beginning to see the average age of the Senegalese team is about 22. That's how young that team is. Don't you think we are going to see an upset just like we saw with Equatorial Guinea about 18, 19 years ago? Temlolua.
You see, the fact that we are not even looking into the way Senegal has built their football association is something very interesting. You understand? You can see it's even from the men down to the women. Yes, but me, you see, on paper, you understand? On paper, you get when you look at the players, like when you look at the team, I think Senegal should be one of the teams that we should not just brush aside. Yes, you've listed very good players, you understand, in various countries, Malawi and the likes, but one player cannot do the job.
True.
Let's just be
True.
honest with ourselves. One player cannot do the job. You can have a deadly striker. If you don't have people that will service that striker, is as good as nothing. You
Hmm.
understand? So when you have to look at the overall team and not just one specific player. Yes, sir. So when you look at the overall team, I don't know why Mr. Collins is not rating Senegal. I like what Senegal has done. Oh. To be honest with you, I like what they've done in all their age grade. For the men, you can see the way they are performing heavily.
True.
You understand? In all their age grades, down to the under 17s, under 15, you can see the way they are performing, and they are taking that same blueprint to the female side. And this was how we overlooked it when they started. But see, Senegal now have become like a bone in Africa's throat. You understand? So I think for the women too, they might actually do that. You understand? And they might go as far back as the semi-final. But there's no point talking about other people, other countries. You understand? When you have the juggernauts that are there. Yes, I'm very proud of the than I am for the men. You understand? So this is where I'll say what a man can do better. You understand? Because I
Obviously.
believe the women will do better. But then Solomon has Mr. Collins has listed a lot of fantastic players for various countries. But the thing there now is he mentioned something very important, which is squad depth. You understand? The ability to be able to call on somebody from the bench, you understand, with like for like quality. And the fact that that person coming from the bench will even better what you have on the pitch. You understand? That is a luxury that we have. You understand? And I think that is what is going to play to our advantage. You can have one star player, two star players, you understand, but it is a team sport. You understand? And you need people that can come from bench, you understand, to influence the game. And Nigeria has it. So that's what gives us the upper edge. But we shouldn't be carried away, you understand, by the fact that we have this quality, we have this squad depth. You understand? Because like you said, it's football, anything can happen. Under 90 minutes, a goal goes in, and then you think you can come back, and then you don't come back, and then you are back home. You understand? So we shouldn't get carried away. You understand? Yes, we have the squad depth. Yes, we are one of the favorites, but then we still have to do we have to do the work. We have to play the big game of football. I'm looking forward to watching our ladies, you understand, give us premium football and bring the trophy home.
Yeah. Before we go, and I'll for Collins to round us up. We've mentioned squad depth, but I'm going back to the last competition. We saw Asat Oshola in that competition. We saw Jennifer Onumonu in that particular competition. They hardly contributed nothing. And I'm not no disrespect to those people. They've played their best. They've played their best football for Nigeria. And me seeing them on the team gives me a bit of concern because, Asat Oshola, she didn't contribute a whole lot to the last tournament. The same thing with Ifeoma or Numonu. They didn't contribute anything in terms of how we won that particular tournament. Don't you think these two players in the national team takes away from the potential, depth that we would have had if they have called up other players rather than this particular two? I know Justin Magudu knows how to make tough decisions. He did the same thing in the last competition. Our first game was a bit not good. Second game, he made a tough decision, and we saw how that game progressed. Don't you think these two ladies, don't you think it's time for them to call time in the national team? Because, to be honest, they've not really contributed to the overall success of the Super Falcons in the last, competition. What do you make of this, Collins, as we round up?
I don't think it affects us. Yes, that's the thing. Asisat Oshola is not she's not someone you just leave at home. No matter the kind of form she is in. You understand? Abba, are you kidding me? Abba. See, her presence alone in that team, her experience alone, she's a vet. She's a vet. You understand? And these players need these players like her. She don't need if you don't want to play her, if you don't just want to limit her, you want to give her maybe 2 minutes per game, it doesn't matter. As long as she's in the team. You understand? They need this player. You understand? She's a proven goal scorer in and out, no matter the kind of form she's in. You understand? So if assistant social does this step up, we have that players. Score that day. You understand? Score that day. You have Rashida
Ajibade.
Sorry, we have Rashida Ajibade. You understand? You understand? The other girl, this is how we are, Baba. You understand? You have the former Omomunu. You understand? You understand? So we don't need to play assistants. We don't need to give our minutes. We don't need to instigate that in that line. We saw the last WAFCON. You understand? We started with her, we didn't end with her. At some point, she was never 10 minutes at all. You understand? So our presence was there and we won. You understand? We need our presence as a vet, as an experienced leader. You understand? As mentor to the young ones. So I beg, keep her there, let her be there. You understand? If you don't play, I know Wala. If you don't start, I know. Just keep her there. We need her. We need her. And trust me, the key to winning this WAFCON tournament depends on many things. And squad depth is number one. Squad depth is number one. Number two is defense. Defense. Our defense is solid.
True.
Our defense is solid. You understand? So when you have squad depth, and if your squad is full with rubbish, that's just nonsense. Because you cannot have squad depth and your squad is full with trash. Thankfully, our squad is not full with that. We have talent. The talent in there is massive. And if anybody's doubting, let them wait. you see it by yourself. You understand? The talent in the Nigerian men's team is massive. They impress me every time. Do you understand? This depth is there. The midfield, we have 3 times CAF Women's Footballer of the Year in Adozi. 3 times. It's not beans. She's and that's the person that is in our goal post. How will you score? This is the case in her normally, you understand? She plays for Brighton, but that's I'm being serious now. That woman is good. She's really good. You understand? And you have people like Jennifer in the midfield. You understand? Jennifer alone, I feel like Jennifer is very, very underrated. You understand? Jennifer is really underrated. You have Christy, you have Deborah, you have this Spain girl. You understand? So the depth is there. The depth is there, and the rest of the African nations to watch out, because we're coming for back to back. We keep going back. I don't think anything will stop us. You understand? Unless a particular team, for them, don't get it can stop us. Even Morocco, the host country, cannot stop us. Because I don't rate them like that.
That's true.
I don't rate them. The teams I rate, I rate Zambia a lot. I rate Zambia. They are very fast. They are very, very fast. They are pacing in the class and they can run. Yes, I rate South Africa. You understand? I rate Ghana to an extent. I don't really, I maybe Ivory Coast. I mentioned Ivory Coast earlier. Ivory Coast are really good too. You know, why you guys were mentioning Senegal? You guys need Ivory Coast. I don't feel like Ivory Coast are better than Senegal, but that's topic for another day. You understand? So, so I feel like we have what it takes to win this WAFCON tournament rather. You understand? The coach just is trying. He's not entirely bad. You understand? So I'm excited for this. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to be part of it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. It's always amazing having you guys here. It's always amazing having you guys here. And maybe by Monday, the competition would have started. Then I would have been able to see exactly what and what. A news just pop up about Garnacho and just that. Probably maybe we'll get to discuss that on Monday. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Ngilua. Thank you so much, Collins, for joining. It's always amazing having you guys here. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.